all have a lot in common, and growing old is one of them. And right off the bat, I'm telling you a well-known secret. Growing old ain't no friggin' fun. Well, there's some fun there, like watching some young ones repeat the mistakes you did, simply because young ones just refuse to take any advice, even from old folks like me. And no, young ones, you do not listen. But if you do happen along to watch this video, I'm going to ruin your day, because what follows is what you can expect as you journey into old age. So you know, growing old is a natural thing, part of life, as you may. And for those of you that wonder about such things, aging has a lot of moving parts. For instance, we all know we start growing as soon as we're born, but growing ain't necessarily aging. Starting to walk that short path to gray hair and wrinkles begins in early adulthood, and body functions start declining at an early middle age. That means for you in your 30s, pretty quick here, you're going to be getting up in the middle of the night to take a leak, and as the years go by, it becomes several times a night. And that's why old people nap a lot. But never getting a full night's rest, that should be the least of your concern, because chances are you're going to grow so old that you're going to end up in a nursing home, all alone, with no loved ones around, some stranger changing your diaper and shoving meds down your throat. And no, it ain't a pretty picture, but you might get lucky, and before you spend your last days being fed by a 17-year-old nurse's aide, you might spend a little time in assisted living. Assisted because you need a little help to shop, to cook, to pay your bills. Remember, as tragic as this seems, they're there to help. And they better be the best damn helpers in the world, because you're going to be paying around 4,500 buckaroonies a month for the pleasure of all that help. And when it comes to nursing homes, the place where you're going to leave this reality, well, that cost runs around 8,000 buckaroonies that you'll be dishing out monthly. Now let me explain how this works, because you know, no one, nowhere, except the rich can afford these prices, and of course, the rich ain't staying in no dumps but nursing home. Since you can't pay these outrageous costs, you become a ward of the state, and since you're now a ward of the state, they take any money you got, savings, insurance, stocks, bonds, whatever. So know this, if you don't plan appropriately, beginning at like the age of 16, you're going to have nothing to pass on to your kids, which is all right, because they ain't going to bother with your old ass lying in some hospital bed in some run-down nursing home anyway. The reality is, most people living in a nursing home, well, 60% at least, never have visitors. And while we're at it, half of them old people don't have any living relatives. So growing old ain't only painful and costly, it's also lonely as hell. But there is, however, a ray of sunshine in all this, and that's simply you'll probably die before you get to a nursing home, because the percentage of elderly that ends up in the old folks' home is like only 4.5% of the old population that's over 65. Probably why you ain't been consigned to one yet, but it's coming. And another fun fact, if you're an old geezer with a hard-on, 70% of old people in nursing homes are women. So maybe there is a golden ray of light in growing old, but I'm more inclined to believe what my mama used to say as she aged. The only thing that's golden about the golden years is your urine. And I'll leave that right here. Enjoy your journey, you young pups. The shit that people will do to stay young, that's one thing. But you know what? We're all gonna grow old. Yeah, you're gonna grow old. And the thing that really sucks about it is a time element. I mean, it just can happen so fast. It's like, yesterday, it just seems like yesterday I was 19, 20, having a lot of fun. And then I just woke up and looked in the mirror and I was old. I don't know what happened. Don't know where the time went. But that, to me, that's the most disgusting thing about life. But you just don't have the time to get, what am I trying? By the time you're old enough and mature enough to understand what you want to do in life and what you want to accomplish, at least for me, by the time I got to that point, I was too fucking old to do anything. Well, okay. I could do it now, but it'd be an awful lot of work. And all I got to say is we're all gonna grow old. And like I ended this video, enjoy the journey, because it should be a journey and it should be fun. And if as an old man, if I had any advice to give to young people, it'd be follow your passion. Don't waste your time working 8, 12, 15 hours a day chasing the dollar. Chase your fucking passion. And if your passion happens to be the dollar, well, then you're probably going to end up being Elon Musk or somebody else. Cheers, friends. Ooh, Patron. I'm out of here. Love you.